What is up, guys? ProWars here. I'm starting this cool little new series called News and Pros. This is starting out with Battlefield 4. We'll expand to Call of Duty, but pretty much I'm going to be bringing you weapon reviews of every gun class, of course, except snipers and shotties, for the specific reason of close quarters, overall, and long range category. I'll do noobs for, like, let's say carbines, and then pros for, let's say, carbines. And the reason I said except snipers and shotguns is because, well, they're all either close range or long range, but I will find out 3 other categories to put them in, so I will not leave them out. But our first gun today is a real life gun, actually, the Ak5c from Battlefield 4. It is a Swedish assault rifle that they decided they want to build in around 1970 because they wanted to switch over from the old AK4 or the G3A3 model. It's also because they wanted a 5.56 NATO round gun, which is like the standard assault rifle ammo, in case you didn't know. I have 2 honorable mentions, like I said, close quarters combat, overall, and long range. The SG553 and the Type 95B1. I will reference them after I go over the AK5c review. So, sometime in this video you'll see that I actually mastered this gun. As you see some point in this gameplay, you will see that I have mastered the gun. And so I believe I can talk about this gun from personal experience and from the stats. So what I believe is this is a noob's gun, obviously. It's the overall pick because it has the average damage, which most carbines actually do. It has a 700 round fire rate, which is lower in the carbine class, but only because they naturally have a higher fire rate than assault rifles. But it's still average. It's pretty much average in a whole lot of things. The empty reload, which if you ran out of all 31 of your bullets, is very low at 2.35 seconds, which is good, best in class actually. And then the ammo left reload, where you at least have 1 bullet left, is 1.85 seconds, which is the 3rd best in class. Now, the super noobs of Battlefield who don't know really anything except maybe like Call of Duty statistics, or just don't really care that much about specific things, it will probably end here. But for those people who are inclined to know about the rest of this stuff, the muzzle velocity on this gun is actually 630 meters a second, unsuppressed of course, which is the best in class. And suppressed, which matters a whole lot, trust me, is 350 meters a second, which you can definitely track your target, or I mean, not track your bullet at 350 meters a second. That is really slow. That is PVWs, which is still pretty average in class, but not the best and not the worst. Now the recoil, I would consider it lowish recoil. It's not the lowest out there, but it's very close to it. And it specifically pulls 3.2 up, 0.2 right and left, and it has a recoil multiplier for the first shot of 1.65. So since it's only 1.65 and most other guns have 1.8, 2 point something, I do not believe that you will need an angle foregrip, which pretty much decreases that by 1/3. So the generalized class that I recommend for average gameplay is either a stubby grip, ergo grip, potato grip, or vertical grip. The ergo grip and the vertical are the same things, and the stubby and the potato grip are the same things, just depending on which ones you unlock. The ergo grip increases your hip fire accuracy, since carbines already have decent hip fire accuracy, and if you're going to be in relatively close quarters map, this is going to be good for you. Now the stubby grip, bullets spread in Battlefield, so it doesn't go where you aim at necessarily all the time. Although it's not going to go like left, right, up, down, whatever. It will have a tiny little ring which your gun shoots in. So the stubby grip decreases that circle. It's big mathematical equation. I believe it's like pi, not pi. I believe it's kind of like finding, pi of a circle and shortening that by 15%. Pretty much, it decreases your spread, which is, of course, a good thing. My second recommended class has a ACOG, a foregrip, a muzzle brake, and any accessory you want, which I forgot to mention, any accessory you want in the previous class, but I do recommend, if you have it unlocked, I forget what it's called, the one that spots enemies. It's the spotter, pretty much. But the reason to angle foregrip is to decrease that already super low recoil, as I was talking about. Muzzle brake, because it decreases that recoil even more, and the ACOG, so you can snipe people. And I recommend, when you can, putting it in single fire and just tapping people, because you will poke them and hurt them a lot. The SG553 has a fire rate of 830 rounds a minute, which is quite a bit better than the AK5c, but it does some other things not that good for the overall. That's why the AK5c is better overall, because the SG553 has a slower bullet travel time or muzzle velocity. It has a slower reload. It has a little bit more recoil, and it pulls actually to the rightish, like a diagonal almost. But other than that, they are very similar guns. The second recommended gun for long range is the Type 95B1, the forgotten gun in Battlefield 4. Nobody ever uses this. It is hard to find a guy who uses this. Try and show it some love for me, please. But it has a actually slower fire rate of 650 rounds a minute, which means it will have less recoil and be easier to hit targets at long range. It has a slower muzzle velocity than the AK5c, but not terrible. It is definitely manageable, but the reload is painfully slow, at it being up to 3.4 seconds, which is insane. And it does have the lowest recoil of the three guns, and I believe the lowest recoil in all of the carbines, so go Type 95. So this is now the end of the video, and I am glad to say I will be making more of this content, so please thumbs up and subscribe. Peace.